Chapter 1. Into the Unknown. Jack had always been drawn to the great unknown. As a seasoned mountain climber, he thrived on the adrenaline rush of conquering uncharted peaks. So, when he heard whispers of a mysterious creature lurking in the depths of the Himalayas, his curiosity was piqued. Determined to uncover the truth, he embarked on a treacherous journey to Nepal. With his trusty backpack filled with provisions, Jack ventured into the heart of the Himalayas. The air grew thinner, and the temperature dropped with each step he took. The vastness of the mountains overwhelmed him, reminding him of his own insignificance in the face of nature's grandeur. Yet, a glimmer of excitement shone in his eyes as he forged onward. Days turned into weeks as Jack tirelessly ascended towards the mountain peaks. He navigated treacherous terrain, facing steep cliffs and icy crevasses with unwavering determination. Despite the dangers that loomed at every turn, his spirit remained steadfast. One fateful afternoon, as Jack made his way through a dense forest of towering pines, an icy howl carried through the air. His heart skipped a beat, and a chill ran down his spine. The tales of the Yeti felt ominously real in that moment. With each passing minute, the atmosphere grew heavier, as if the very forest held its breath. Suddenly, a bone-chilling roar echoed through the trees. Jack's heart raced as he scanned the surroundings, searching for the source of the sound. Then, he saw an immense figure lurking in the shadows. The creature's monstrous silhouette was hunched over, devouring something Jack could not quite make out. With a heavy heart, Jack closed the ancient texts, understanding that some mysteries were never meant to be fully understood. The allure of the unknown, while intoxicating, could corrupt and consume those who dared to tread beyond the limits of human knowledge. Leaving the chamber behind, Jack stepped out into the fading sunlight, the weight of the Nexus mysteries still lingering within him. Though his quest for answers had come to an end, he carried with him a humbled reverence for the uncharted realms of the Himalayas. As he descended from the ruins, the mountains whispered their silent farewell. Jack had witnessed the terrors and wonders that lay hidden within their embrace. He had confronted the legendary Yeti and peered into the depths of forgotten realms. But above all, he embraced the realization that his own limitations, as humbling as they may be, were what made the pursuit of the unknown all the more captivating. And so, with a heart full of memories and the echoes of the mysterious Nexus reverberating through his soul, Jack descended from the Himalayas, forever changed by the unyielding beauty and haunting secrets of the mountains. With trembling hands, Jack began deciphering the archaic script, his eyes scanning the pages for answers. He pieced together stories of celestial beings who had roamed the mountains, their wisdom and power transcending human comprehension. The Nexus, the embodiment of their enigmatic existence, stood as the bridge between worlds. The legends spoke of the Nexus as a guardian, tasked with preserving the delicate balance between the known and the unknown. It was said to possess the ability to shapeshift and blend seamlessly into the environment, eluding those who dared to seek its wisdom or challenge its dominion. The Nexus held immense knowledge and formidable power, yet its true purpose remained a tantalizing enigma. As Jack immersed himself in the ancient texts, his mind buzzing with revelations, he found himself deeply bonded to the very fabric of the mountains. The line between reality and myth blurred, as he felt the presence of something much greater than himself. He was on the cusp of discovering truths that would shake the foundations of human understanding. But the closer Jack came to unraveling the secrets of the Nexus, the more he realized the true cost of his unrelenting pursuit. The Nexus was not a mere legend. It was a force too immense to be controlled or conquered by mere mortals. Its power transcended the boundaries of comprehension, and to seek its essence was to invite chaos and uncertainty into one's own existence. As he ventured deeper into the heart of the ruins, the air thickened with an electric charge. Shadows danced and writhed, teasing the periphery of Jack's vision. The very ground beneath his feet felt alive with a pulsating energy, beckoning him forward. A darkened chamber loomed in the distance, its entrance partially obscured by fallen debris. With an adrenaline-fueled determination, Jack cleared the obstruction, exposing a passage leading into the unknown depths. A gust of wind, carrying with it an array of scents and whispers, greeted him, like a breath from the ancient past. The chamber unveiled secrets long held in whispered legends. Illuminated by the soft glow of his torch, intricately carved murals depicted scenes of a forgotten mythology. Divine creatures battled vicious beasts. Heroes and heroines conquered insurmountable odds. And standing amidst it all, a figure of immense power, the Nexus, the ancient being rumored to hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of the mountains. Within the depths of the chamber, Jack discovered a collection of ancient texts, dust-covered tomes that had not known the touch of human hands in generations. These damaged manuscripts held the secrets of the Nexus, the godlike entity believed to dwell beyond human understanding, yet intricately woven into the tapestry of the Himalayas. With a mix of trepidation and wonder, Jack stepped into the ruins, his heart pounding in his chest. What secrets lay hidden within these deteriorating walls? What horrors and wonders awaited him within this sacred, forgotten space? The answers danced just beyond his reach, daring him to uncover them, to unravel the mysteries that had eluded mankind for centuries. Determined, Jack ventured further into the heart of the ruins, his footsteps echoing against the cold stone. Shadows clung to every crevice, secrets whispered in hushed tones. And as he moved deeper, the weight of history settled upon his shoulders, a burden he willingly carried in pursuit of truth. Little did he know that he was stepping into a web weaved by forces far greater than he could ever comprehend. The forgotten held sway within these walls, and unlocking their secrets would come at a price unimaginable. But Jack, the relentless explorer, stood ready to face whatever terrors lay before him, for the lure of the unknown was a flame that burned brilliantly within his soul. Chapter 4: Unveiling the unseen within the confines of the ancient ruins. Jack found himself enveloped in a tapestry of faded grandeur. Crumbling statues and intricate carvings adorned the walls, a testament to a civilization long forgotten. His fingertips grazed the weathered stone, as if seeking a connection to the past, a way to unravel the enigma that lay before him. With each step, the terrain grew more treacherous, jagged rocks piercing through the thin layer of snow covering the ground. The path twisted and turned with maddening unpredictability, a labyrinth of obstacles designed to test Jack's mettle. His body ached, battered by the relentless challenges that nature threw his way. In the shadowy corners of the mountainside, Jack occasionally caught glimpses of something lurking, something ancient and forgotten. Figures, half human and half beast, danced at the edges of his vision, their eyes gleaming with an intelligence that defied comprehension. Were they guardians? Or were they simply remnants of a bygone era, forever trapped in the depths of the mountains? Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, until the very concept of time lost all coherence. Jack pressed on, relentless in his pursuit, feeling as if the mountains themselves conspired to keep him prisoner in their grasp. Yet, his spirit remained unbroken, fueled by a stubborn belief that there was something more to be discovered, something greater than the sum of his own fears. As the fog finally began to lift, Jack found himself standing at the precipice of an ancient ruin. The crumbling stone pillars and weathered symbols remained as the remnants of a once majestic civilization. Here, in the whispers of time, Jack could almost hear the echoes of forgotten stories, the tales of those who had once held dominion over these lands. Every breath Jack took was heavy with anticipation, his senses heightened in this unfamiliar territory. The silence that enveloped him was broken solely by the occasional gust of wind and the distant cries of unknown creatures. The overwhelming presence of the unknown sent shivers racing down his spine. The terrain became treacherous, with jagged cliffs and narrow pathways demanding unwavering focus. One misstep could mean certain doom, a chilling reminder that the unforgiving mountains cared little for the ambitions of men. As the day wore on, the thick fog rolled in, engulfing everything in its icy grasp. Visibility dwindled, reducing the world to a mere handful of steps in front of him. Jack forged onward, relying on instinct and a stubborn will to uncover the mysteries buried within these unforgiving heights. But with every passing minute, the mist began to play tricks on his mind. Shadows lurked in its depths, whispering of things unseen. The very fabric of reality seemed to waver, blurring the boundaries between illusion and truth. Jack's thoughts became entangled in a web of uncertainty, testing the limits of his resolve. Time seemed to lose all meaning as Jack traversed the unknown terrain. Days bled into nights, and nights into days, the only solace being the brief moments of fitful sleep when exhaustion claimed him. But even in dreams, the elusive Yeti haunted his thoughts, a constant reminder of the threat that loomed over him. The journey had only just begun, and Jack knew that the path he had chosen was fraught with danger. The tales of the Yeti whispered in his ear, fueling his desire for the truth. With each step forward, he vowed to tread cautiously, aware that the line between bravery and foolhardiness was a fine one. As the sun rose higher in the sky, casting its warmth upon the land, Jack made a silent promise to himself. He would not let fear control his destiny. He would stand tall in the face of the unknown, unyielding in his pursuit of the unfathomable truth that lay hidden within the heart of the Himalayas. And with the quiet determination pulsating through his veins, he embarked upon the next leg of his treacherous odyssey. Little did he know, the Yeti was not the only danger that awaited him. In the depths of the unknown, there were whispers of even more terrifying creatures, ancient legends that made the Yeti pale in comparison. And unbeknownst to Jack, he was about to stumble into a world far beyond his wildest imagination. Chapter 3. Shadows of the Forgotten. With each step, the air grew colder, seeping into Jack's bones like a persistent frost. He pressed on, his determination unyielding despite the harsh conditions that surrounded him. The path ahead twisted and turned, disappearing into the mist-shrouded landscape. As he ventured deeper into the heart of the Himalayas, a sense of foreboding settled around him, as if the very mountains whispered tales of ancient secrets. The once familiar vegetation gave way to an otherworldly landscape of gnarled trees and eerie rock formations that seemed to defy reason. With each passing moment, Jack's exhaustion began to claim its toll. His eyes grew heavy, struggling against the irresistible lure of sleep. Yet, in the back of his mind, he knew that succumbing to slumber would be a death sentence. The treacherous darkness concealed not only the Yeti but also other nameless horrors waiting to pounce upon the unguarded. The night dragged on, seemingly unforgiving in its duration. Jack's mind became a battleground, torn between the rationality of turning back and the echoing call of adventure. The uncertainty gnawed at his resolve, injecting doubt into his veins like poison. Hour by hour, the night claimed its victims, eroding hope and leaving behind only the remnants of shattered dreams. Jack's grip on his torch grew tighter, the flickering flame casting dancing shadows upon the walls of the cave, mirroring the turmoil within his soul. Finally, as dawn crept over the horizon, the forest stirred. The first rays of sunlight pierced through the trees, chasing away the lingering darkness. A weary smile tugged at the corners of Jack's lips as he watched the world awaken before him. It was a small victory, a symbol of resilience amidst adversity. As the last vestiges of shadow retreated, Jack emerged from the cave, his soul alight with a newfound determination. The encounter with the Yeti may have left him shaken, but it had also kindled an unquenchable fire within him. He adjusted his gear, tightening his resolve as he set forth, ready to face whatever horrors lay ahead. Little did he know that his terrifying encounter with the Yeti was only the beginning of a harrowing journey that would push him to his limits. As the night wore on, the sounds of the forest whispered sinister secrets, foreshadowing the horrors that lay ahead. Chapter 2: The silent night. The moon hung high in the sky, casting an ethereal glow upon the forest. Jack curled up within the confines of the cave, his eyes fixated on the entrance, apprehensive of any movement within the darkness beyond. The silence was deafening, broken only by the distant howling of the wind and the rustling of leaves. Inside the cave, a damp chill seeped through Jack's clothing, causing him to shiver. He hugged himself tightly, drawing whatever warmth he could muster from his own body. The flickering flame of a small torch danced in his hand, its feeble light unable to diminish the encompassing darkness. Time seemed to stretch endlessly as Jack's mind wandered through a labyrinth of thoughts. Every fiber of his being screamed for him to flee, to abandon his search and retreat to the safety of civilization. But a stubborn determination rooted him to the spot, his insatiable curiosity overpowering his fear. Outside the cave, the forest whispered its secrets. The trees mournfully swayed in the wind, their leaves rustling as if attempting to warn Jack of the imminent dangers lurking beyond. Unseen creatures scurried in the underbrush, their presence a reminder that survival in the wilderness came at a high price. Curiosity mingled with terror as Jack inched closer, drawn to witness this terrifying encounter. The creature's presence exuded an otherworldly aura, a mixture of grotesque beauty and primal power. He could feel his own mortality pressing against him, reminding him of the fragility of his existence. Fear washed over Jack as he realized that the creature before him was indeed the legendary Yeti. The tales of its voracious appetite for human flesh played like a haunting symphony in his mind. The air grew still as Jack, frozen in awe and horror, witnessed the Yeti's eyes meeting his own. There was a flicker of recognition, as if the creature too had been captivated by the audacity of this human who had dared to confront it. Suddenly, with a terrifying guttural growl, the Yeti lunged towards Jack. Instinct kicked in, and Jack sprinted through the forest, his heart pounding in his chest. The adrenaline surged through his veins, propelling him forward as he weaved through the trees, desperate to escape the clutches of the monstrous creature. As the sun began to set, Jack stumbled upon a small cave hidden amidst the dense foliage. In the safety of its shadows, he caught his breath, his body trembling from exhaustion and fear. The encounter with the Yeti had been a sobering reminder of the dangers he faced in his quest for discovery. With nightfall casting its dark blanket over the forest, Jack huddled in the cave, his thoughts consumed by the encounter. The tales of the Yeti had become his reality, and he couldn't help but wonder if he was destined to become another victim of its insatiable hunger for human flesh.